Hello friends, my name is Alok Mishra, and today in this video we will discuss how important is taking notes as you study English literature. And by taking notes, I mean when you read a book, poetry, novel, play, essay, critical writing, anything. When you are in a seminar, when you are in a classroom, when you are watching a video on YouTube, when you are watching a TEDx talk, when you are just discussing with your friends. So taking notes is always important. There is no exception there. But more important than taking notes is how you take notes, and even more important is how you organize your notes. So in this introductory video, we will discuss how effective is taking note and how we can make it more effective so that the notes that we take are our friends for lifetime at least. So let's discuss this in more vivid perspectives. Okay, so before we discuss what are the methods that we can use to make our note taking better, effective and more impactful, let's discuss a real life example, and I hope we all can connect with this example. Suppose you and your friends are going to some religious place for having a darshan of the deity there and to worship. Now you have wonderfully made a note of the things that you are taking there. So you have your clothes, you have your puja ki thali, the dish that we organize all our things when we go to worship divine deity. And then you have your shoes, you have your bags, you have your glasses, you have mobile phone, you have your laptop, everything, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. You reach your place and you and your friends have some good time, and early in the morning you all wake up to go for the early morning darshan. Now when you want to have your puja ki thali and all those offerings that you want to make to your lovable God, you take your paper out and you see these things are there, I have brought them all, but you did not mention it on your note. Where did you put all those things, those small tiny things? And now you will just scatter everything here and there until you find that out. But it might make you lose the opportunity of have that blissful morning darshan. So do you get the point? What have you missed here? You have missed the organizational notes on your paper. You have everything that you have brought, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, but you missed the point. A is there, B is here, C is in this box, D is in that box, Y is in that zipper of the bag, and so on and so forth. So the point is, if we organize our notes, we can make them more impactful and effective. And this is the case for any genre that you read, any place you visit, or any seminar or any workshop you attend. So let's give another real life example or scenario. Suppose you and your friends are going to a workshop or a seminar, and the seminar is about contemporary trends in Indian English literature. This is a wonderful seminar, and all those wonderful speakers from different universities from India and also from abroad have come to participate and speak in that seminar. Now, when they start speaking, you randomly make notes. Not the name of the speaker, not the name or the title of their paper. You just make notes, this and that, this and that. Everything is hunky-dory, you get back home, and then if you want to recap after a week or after 2 weeks, just check it out, what happened there. And you bring your note out and you see this is there, that is there. But why this is there? Who was the person who spoke it out? What was the context? You may miss many things. You may have those fragments, sketchy or scanty notes, rough notes, but you may have missed the meat out. So how could have you done that better? Now let's just try to make it better. Before you go to any seminar, take an A4 page, because that will be good in the landscape format, and put the title in bold letters, the seminar title or the workshop title, and then make these columns below that. The first column, name of the speaker. The second column, title of the paper. And the third column is important notes, takeaways, and observations. Now, suppose the first speaker comes up. They will announce the name, or he or she will announce his or her own name. Name is there, you have noted down wonderfully. In the next column, you also have from the slides or from someone speaking up, you have noted down the title of the paper. And in the third column, the most important one, now we'll note anything that you find important, anything that the speaker emphasizes, or anything that you agree or disagree about. So now you'll have the text, the person who generated or spoke the text, and then you will also have observations about something, observations that the author or the speaker makes, and also the observation that if you want, you can make. So this is a proper and organized way of taking notes as we visit or as we participate in a seminar or a workshop. And I hope that by doing this, you can easily recall anything and important points, important perspectives that someone has spoken about. And this is the proper way. You can make it, improve it and make it more better. But this is, for now, seemingly proper way of taking notes in a seminar. So, do you see? Organization is the key, and you can apply this organizational method of note-taking on any text you read. You read a poem, you can organize it in a different way. You read a novel, you can organize your note template in a different way. You read a play, you can organize your note template in a different way. You are in a classroom, you can organize your note template in a different way. Now, let's share an example inside the classroom. So, when the teacher comes, the professor comes, we generally start taking notes as soon as he or she starts speaking. And we randomly take notes of anything that we find interesting or useful. But when the time comes to recall those notes, we only find the name of the teacher, perhaps if you note that, and then the sketchy and scanty things, one more, in fragments that we cannot make up. So what could be the better way? You have guessed it right, organization. But how to organize that in the most impactful way for now? You can always make it better. So I would suggest you taking A4 page or taking any page that you have, any notebook that you have, and then make these columns. The first one is name of the teacher or the professor. The second one is theme of the class. And third one is his or her observations. That means the professor's observations. And the third one is that you will feel later when you get back home or when you sit and relax, your observations, your concerns, or your questions. Now, as the teacher or the professor starts speaking, you can take notes of the most important points. Then, when you get back home or when you have some leisure time, you can go through those notes, recall the class, and note down your concerns, observations, and questions. Now, if you want, and if your professor allows it, you can visit the classroom next day, or after the classroom, you can visit him or her in his or her chamber. Go there and discuss some or all of the concerns that you have. If the professor is accommodative, that will be a wonderful thing to have a one-on-one discussion about the things the professor taught and things that you care about. Like, sir, you told this, ma'am, you spoke like that, and now I have a doubt. Could you please clarify that? So this will also create an engagement that is healthy for the classroom and too beneficial, very helpful for your own studies. So you see, organization is the key all the time when we take notes. And this taking note process can take place anywhere, inside, outside, in a seminar, in a hall full of speakers, when you watch something on your TV or your screens, when you read a text on your own, when someone else is reading the text in reading sessions. So notes are always helpful, but organized notes are more impactful, more helpful, and beneficial when the time comes to make account of that. So in the next videos in this series, we'll learn how we can improve our note-taking process while we read or while we engage with different kinds of texts. When we read poetry, how to make taking notes more impactful. When we read a novel, how to enhance the process of taking notes so that we can use those notes when exam comes, or we just revisit the text. So without revisiting the text exactly, we can always just glance on our notes and then be prepared in a better way to find out the sections that we may be needing to revise. And when reading a play, when reading a drama, or when reading a critical text, when reading a critical essay, or just when reading some course books or academic books, for example, history of English literature. So there are different templates, there are different methods that you can apply and make your note more impactful. But the key is always there: organization. Yes, organization is always the key when it comes to take notes or make notes. So in the next video, we'll discuss how to take impactful notes when we study poetry. Till then, have a good time. Thank you for watching this video. All the best.